The 4 mistakes that Desi mums do when losing their baby fat. Number 1, and I don't know what it is, but the groups of people that you're around, with the schools, the nurseries, there's always those mums doing extreme diets and celery juice and soup diets and Weight Watchers. You may have tried that before, but actually moving away from those creates a longer term approach. If a Weight Watchers diet had worked for you before, but you've regained all your weight back, it didn't work for you. The biggest mistake on that side is that they opt for a diet that hasn't worked for them previously, or a very extreme short-term diet to remove the feeling that they're trying to get away from because they've put the weight back on post having a baby. But they actually need to move toward more of a neutral diet, something in which is inclusive of the traditional Asian food. It has inclusivity of the kids, the amount of hours they're going to be looking after the kids, extreme levels of exercise and cardio, which they don't have because they're going to be looking after their kids more often. So expanding their time horizon on things that possible is really, really important. So expanding that short-term, aggressive, all or nothing type of mindset and moving the horizon a little bit longer so that they actually get results over the long term and don't just rebound back before. You know what it's like, is that you take away sweets, you take away carbs, you take away anything, you take away alcohol, and it will come back in a vengeance when you move back to it. Desi mums need to take more of an open approach and look for more inclusive based food sources and more of a structure towards their day, and actually just keep it simple whilst they've got loads of things going on around their lifestyle. Number 2 is removing the noise of parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles. Because at some point within the traditional cultures, having that level of goal of losing fat is not really advisable from the hierarchy of family members. They don't understand. So we teach our clients, and we teach the Desi mums that we work with, is that they need to have a tunnel vision on the goal that they set and go after it as best as possible. They'll listen to their friends with kids who think it's impossible for them to lose their fat after. It must be their genetics, it must be their hormone levels, it must be whatever they've got going on. But it's not true. We've had so many good results come from Desi mums after they've had their babies, and it's just simply the same process as before, but in a different format with obviously the new roles and responsibilities. You want to block out the noise when it comes to the other parents, the other aunties and uncles that have their own opinion but are not in shape themselves. Doesn't make sense. The third mistake is they don't know how to eat in a social environment, whether that's the traditional Asian food at home, or whether that's going out for a coffee with their nursery friends, or whether that's going back to work and being inclusive in the social events that comes in work. Is that they only know how to diet when they're at home and got their Tupperware and they've got their no carb lunches. They only know how to do it that way. And then it falls apart when they go to all of these events. They move into this place of a plateau where they're not reaping the rewards because they don't know how to act in different scenarios. Knowing how to pick off a menu, knowing how to go for a coffee and a cake is really important. Knowing how to handle drinks and alcohol when you do finally get a date night. Knowing how to go out with the kids' mums and be able to interact and have dinner out and have socials is really, really important. And is often a thing that is a hinge within people's results. They either master it and get amazing results, or they don't master it and they never get results. And lastly, they don't value less is more. If you focus on 3 amazing things and do them really, really well versus 10 things and do them at 50%, you're going to get better results from just doing the 3 big things. And the 3 big things that people miss is nutrition, some type of exercise, and then keeping on top of your structure within your day. I can't tell you how many women we've helped and just helping them organize their time at some level of routine, even though it fluxes all of the time with the little ones. But having some type of routine that they can bend off and move off and mold off is really important. The second one is nutrition. Getting a formalized structure and how to deal with nutrition in the house, at their auntie's house, at grandparents, out socially is super, super important. And then the last one is exercise. Because you're looking after the little ones all of the time, probably moving less, doing less steps, making some less conscious effort to go to the gym or doing variable different things. Once you focus on that area of moving more, taking them out in their pram and walking around the streets, or going for little exercise classes, or going to the gym and making small amounts of time, those 3 key areas will move mountains when it comes to getting back in shape after having the baby. Really important to focus on 3 big things as opposed to 10 things that you're doing at 50% capacity. Master the basics and they will come through massively. If you've loved this content and it found it really, really valuable, head over to my Instagram at nathan.autonomy and find more resources, more education on how we help people get in amazing shape and stay in shape for life, more results with people just like you, and further information across the board.